Okay, so the whole jet thing started when I decided I wanted to go to Japan, and the whole trip actually started on a Friday night in July, the very end. We actually stayed at Holiday Inn Express. We stayed overnight after a short orientation, and then we ended up the next morning leaving on a flight with American Airlines. It was a 12-hour flight, very smooth. Got sick on the plane, but other than that, just fine. Um, Flew the whole way, landed, and about hour and a half bus ride all the way into Tokyo. And once in Tokyo, they gave us the night off. So did a little exploring, went down the main streets, went to the Starbucks, got a BLT, and then returned to the hotel. The next day was the first day of orientation. It started right away. There was an open ceremony and some smaller ceremonies just introducing all the organizers of JET from Claire and MEXT. Then the day was pretty much filled with orientations that you got to choose what you wanted to go to. I believe I chose some elementary school teaching, some junior high, and then one about how to drive. And then ending the day with a dinner for everyone who had come. It was a stand-up buffet style dinner that had some pretty awesome food, where everyone kind of mingled, had pie, and then we got to have the rest of the night to ourselves. The second day of orientation, which was a Tuesday, we had a little bit of time. Um, After we had spent the majority of that day again with small seminars and a big meeting about rural jet life, we got to choose again. I chose one on rural life, junior high, and I think there was even one about customs and etiquette. And once that was done, that day was finished. We had that night off, got to go out. Um, Everything went pretty smooth. Wednesday morning, however, was very early. Had to be in the lobby at 6 after a late night. Took a bus. It only took us about half an hour to get to the airport to take us to Miyazaki. It was an hour and a half flight, very smooth. Nothing went wrong. We landed at the airport to a small tropical, kind of like a hub town. We stayed in one of their conference rooms and finished the day by having some food and going over orientation things about typhoons, information about earthquakes. Earthquakes are pretty mild here, they're very small. Typhoons can get pretty big. I know there's some area, southern Kyushu, that you can no longer get to, and they never rebuilt the tracks because there was such a bad typhoon. Um, Luckily where I am, I'm not super close to the coast, but you still gotta be careful about flooding and bad winds. Um, and then once we were there, we all were waiting in the room. Our supervisors came and picked us up. It was about an hour drive to the office, and that same exact day that I drove out around 2, after an hour, so about 3-ish, I went straight into the office, and I was there for probably about another hour and a half. I was introduced to my office staff. Thank goodness I wrote an introduction speech in Japanese, otherwise no one would have known what I was saying. Finished it, um, basically introduced myself, told them I taught art, and I looked forward to working with them. Got to go to my apartment. I was sick again, but had the whole apartment. Everything was there. Once we got the air turned on, it was all set. This is actually my third day in the office today. Yesterday I just did more introductions, talked to some people with the news, and now it's just a matter of going back to work on Monday. I had today off. I went to the doctor. My stomach is killing me, but um, come Monday I should be good. Tomorrow hopefully I'll be able to go to the bookstore and bike store and shoe store. There's a McDonald's and a shopping mall. The supermarket is all there. Not a whole lot of food. I need to figure out where else to go. But gonna use my weekend wisely. Go out, hang out, find out where everyone is and where everything is at. And that's about it.